Broken from the start, chained to our past.
So today we're in the kitchen. It's snowing and gray outside. Winter has finally arrived here in Utah. We have a crap load of snow outside. I went out today and I had to go to a dentist appointment, and we literally spun out not too long after we hit the road. So it was like, oh Lord, snow is among us. First things first, Thanksgiving was good. I had a good Thanksgiving. I enjoyed it with some family. Kind of trying to figure out how to explain this one. Prior to Thanksgiving, I emotionally kind of went off track, and there was some things that kind of came to light and some feelings that I thought I was over and I'm not, and it kind of took me down for a little while, especially this weekend. A few years back, along with my mom and my brother, had to let a whole part of our family basically go. We had to cut ties with them for the better of ourselves, and unfortunately the things that I thought I was over, I'm not, and mentally it just took a toll on me. It really did. This whole weekend I've been having a really hard time. I can't explain it other than the fact that it feels like a grieving process. I know I'm kind of vague about some things and I haven't said too much about this topic, but it's just mentally been a lot. It's been really stressful for me, and I just needed to take a break. And I think kind of just try to work through it. Unfortunately, the few days leading up to Thanksgiving, my way of working through it was not the best, and I ate. I went to a fast food place. I had pizza. I know why we went and had chicken pieces from Walmart. I'm trying to think. It just seemed like there was like a few days of just like non-stop binging. I am now currently on day 3 of an egg fast, torturing myself, and I'm trying to get back on track. That's pretty much all I can say at this point. Emotionally, I think I have to kind of sometimes tear myself down to build myself back up, and it may seem like an unconventional way, it may be an unhealthy way, but sometimes I think that's my way. But I'm taking the steps that I need, and I will eventually get to where I can let go and finally, I think once and for all, break all ties that I need to break. And I think that's what I need to do. So that's kind of why I haven't been on here. But without further ado, let me get back on track and let me get back to what it is that I came on here to do, to try to kind of catch up. It's going to be I'm going to do days 17 and 18, and mostly because 17 and 18 have a few parts to them. It's looking back over the past 16 days, what patterns or understandings can I now see about myself, food, and my body? So I wrote down my answers for this, and I put I can see the patterns of roller coaster of emotions, self-loathing. I know that sounds so harsh, but you know what I mean? Like, I love to hate myself, and I hate to say that and admit that, but when I listen to myself, it's like a constant banter of, or I guess like barrage of, you are this, I hate this about myself, it's like I love to hate myself. That's the only way I can say it, like self-loathing. Emotional struggles. I am still emotionally struggling. I am not as strong in that department as I thought I was. I've noticed I have a very distorted view of myself. The way I see myself, I talk about myself, I view myself, the image I have of myself, a very, very distorted view of myself is what I have noticed in everything. And I notice I have a very unhealthy connection to all of these, to health, to body, to, when I think of health, I automatically think of dieting and torturing yourself, and I have to do this crazy diet to get results, to do the it's very unhealthy. With mind, I'm like, I have to, you know, dig deep down and really, you know, let it all out, but then I don't know sometimes what to do with all of it. When it comes to body, the, you know, how I see myself, it literally is just a daily, you know, it literally is just a daily reminder to myself of everything that I've done, of everything that I'm not, of everything I wish my body was, and it's just such a negative mindset, and it's so upsetting at times. So that was day 17. Day 18, I believe it's deeper. It's looking deeper. So we've looked at self, we've looked at food, we've looked at body. Now we're looking deeper. If we could go any deeper to the depths of the seas of my soul, what would it be? Like, how much deeper could we go? Number 18 is, what do I feel stressed, guilty, or angry about? Okay, I'm gonna have a real moment with you guys. I get angry that I cannot change certain outcomes or get people to feel how I feel. I get stressed that I'll never become a mother and I'll be a disappointment to myself as a woman and a wife. And I feel guilty for past actions. And those are my feelings sometimes. Those are my true feelings. What do I do with these feelings? I bottle them up. I hide them, and at times I slowly let them slip through. Okay, and on the flip side, it's, what do I feel joyous, happy, and abundant about? I feel happy, joyous, and abundant about my marriage, my relationship with my husband, my future. And that just meaning us growing old, hopefully later on getting to a better apartment, maybe later on getting into a house, just moving forward in life together. That's what makes me happy and joyous. Seeing my nephew grow up, hopefully succeeding in weight loss, or just coming out of my shell and becoming a better version of myself and doing things that I thought I would never do before. That's what brings me joy. That's what brings me happiness. Then it says, what do I do with these feelings? I tend to reserve them for some reason, and I need to honestly stop doing that. And because those are the feelings I need to hold on to the most. Those to reflect on those more. Hold those ones close to my heart, and on rainy days, pop them out of my pocket a little bit more. That's what I need to do. So that ends days 17 and 18 of the emotional eating video diary. I'm actually behind still on a couple of days, but we will end there. I will pick up tomorrow with days 20 and 21. These questions are going to be a little bit seeming on the dark side. I'm going to admit it. So, you know, there are going to be a few days of some, you know, darker moments, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel, and it will get better. And you know what? We will all work through this. Trust me. I am torturing myself still on this egg fast, so I am hoping today gets over in a hurry. I'm trying to get back on track. Yeah. Who all said that over the holidays, right? Yeah. I also have some books coming in from Barnes & Nobles. I'm hoping will be here in the next few days. I think it said by December 2nd. I may be switching things up a little bit on my channel. Also may be changing up my meal plan. I am currently doing the John Cena, but one of the books that I got was a PCOS book, and I'm going to start looking into some things because I do suffer from PCOS. The medications that they put me on, metformin, and there's just some things I have going on medically. I also have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease, and there's some other things, and I know it kind of comes down to diet. And even though I did really good on the John Cena a couple of years ago, I'm still having infertility issues and some other things, so I kind of want to venture on the side of seeing what this book has to say and look at a more natural way, I guess, of trying to deal with that, and if any of that helps. So my meal plan may be changing. So once I get that book and start reading and stuff, I'll kind of keep you guys up to date as to what I will be doing with that. I'm still hesitant on the whole fruit and dairy thing, but I just need to kind of I think we focus on a lot of stuff lately. There's just, I don't know, so much that I'm just thinking about, and need to keep the mind busy. Need to keep the mind busy. And I also did get a book about self-esteem, and I can't remember what the other one was, but I know it had to do with creativity and something else. It was by the lady who did the book Eat, Pray, Love, or something like that, what it's called. But got some good reading material coming in. Let me figure some things out. We'll go from there is all I'm saying. There will be some changes, but I'll keep you up to date. But until next time, thanks for watching.